let's start with screen itself. So I'll just open a new file here. You can see it, right? My screen is shared, I guess. Okay, fine. So here, as usual, we have a doc type HTML, and then here a HTML, and here a head. Inside our head we have title for us, and the title is Tutoslive. Oops. JS screen location none. So I'll explain everything in a single file. And yesterday we've been talking about writing the JavaScript in the at the bottom, right? If you can remember. So I'll just start writing in the body itself. It doesn't matter. So here, what I say is like, let's say var screen width. This is nothing but screen dot okay, screen dot width. So this is actual width. Let's call this as actual width. That's fine. So here let us use a function to print document dot write str plus br here. So here I'll say print the actual size or width of the screen is okay, screen underscore width. Okay, I'll say this as JS. SC stands for screen, LO stands for location, and NA stands for Sclona, let's say. Screen, location, and navigator. Okay, HTML. Fine. Okay, here I go. And so this is our folder, JS Clona. It's a nice name. I don't know. It just came out. See here, the actual width of the screen is 1366, it says. Now I'll go ahead and I'll start saying, okay, now instead of screen width, I'll say here, I'll use directly print the available width for web page is. Okay, here this is screen dot avail width. All right, let's see. Let me use. Okay, yeah, this is the fun part. Now I'll say about the responsive thing we talked about, right? It's responsive. Now, Taufik, you here? So, what was the size initially? If you could spot it out, what was the size initially? When we just printed, what was the size? Now, what is the size? 683, right? So that's responsive. That means, see now 1025. Now what I do is like, I'll just take this like this. Okay, I'll refresh. Actually, okay, this is not taking that size. Maybe it's only taking the zooming thing. That's okay. Okay, so that's how the screen size is varying. Okay, so that is the screen width. Now let's go ahead and see the actual width, actual height, and available height. This varies rapidly. Let's say screen dot height avail height. Right, so here the available height, the actual height. You see here the height 448 is the actual height, and now it's 320 is actual. So how much? 17 pixel. We lost 17 pixels for the browser bookmark bar, address bar, and the menu bar. You see there? So that's how we use the screen properties, screen object. Okay, now let's see our location. So now I will know the URL of this particular page. Let's say URL equal to location.href. Okay, location.href. I did not write it here. Oh, I wrote it here. href, we know, right? In anchor tag, what is the URL? href, if you can remember. It's a reference, right? Like such, it says, okay, what is the URL of this particular website? That's what this does, href. So here I'll print it. Print the current URL of the page is URL. Let's see. See here, this is equal to this. If you can spot it. And now I want to know where the path of this file is. So I'll say var path equal to location dot path name. So here I'll say print path. You see, it says this is where the file is, but this is the URL. This actually will not be successful here. But let's go to a website, a web page. Let's take a simple web page. Tell me a web page, Taufik.